Look, a bone!
A skull.
A femur.
A pelvis.
Part of a spine.
I wonder how this moose died. Scientists can spend days, weeks, or even months searching through the forest with their assistants, looking for signs of moose that have died or have been killed. Usually, they'll find one bone, and nearby they will find others. Do you have any ideas why all the bones might not be in the exact same place?
We found one jaw over here, so the other jaw may be over here, right?
The jaw was there and the skull was over here.
Once they find the bones, then they start to examine them, first to see, are they all from the same animal?
Should you leave the jaw here?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it all here. If I found
No,
it.
I mean the jaw, like where you found the jaw.
Oh no, I looked. I looked as hard as you can look.
Then they look closely and begin their detective work.
The roots are like really close to the surface. Nice. So this is what we would do for like 9 days.
Finally, the bones are brought back to the research station. At the research station, these bones can be compared with lots of other bones that have been found over the past 50 years.
Hi everybody, coming to you today from the Isle Royale Wolf Moose Research Station. This is where they are studying the interaction between wolves and moose on this large island called Isle Royale or Isle Royale National Park. What I have in front of me are moose skulls. These are all moose that have died on the island over the past 50 years actually, and the scientists here are studying the skulls to make some scientific determinations. How do the moose die? Often moose die because a wolf eats them, but many other times a moose might die for other reasons. So these are some of the skulls, and what we're going to do today is look at some of the things that scientists look for when they're trying to determine what killed the moose. We'll look at teeth, we'll look at heads, we'll look at legs and hips and all sorts of parts of their bones, and then we'll see what a healthy moose might look like and what a injured or ill moose might look like. Alright, let's get to it.
Our first example shows a moose with healthy teeth. Our second example shows a moose with worn teeth, or an example of tooth decay. Now, I'm not sure, but I don't think that the wolves are looking into the mouths of the moose before deciding whether or not to hunt them. Why might a wolf be more likely to hunt a moose that has tooth decay? Arthritis means swelling of the joints. Arthritis is a disease when an animal's joints start to swell, making it more difficult to move. In this photograph, we see the pelvis or hip bones of a moose next to the thigh or leg bone or femur of the moose. Notice how the hip bone or pelvis is very rough where the ball of the femur or leg bone would fit in. That is an example of arthritis. Here you can compare a pelvis that has arthritis to a pelvis that does not have arthritis. On the right, you see a rough area where the thigh bone would connect to the hip bone, and on the left, you see a smooth area. The one on the left that is smooth does not have arthritis. The one on the right that is rough has arthritis. Osteoporosis is a disease of the bones. It is a disease where the bones deteriorate so that little parts of the bone start to dissolve and go away. Here we have a moose skull that has signs of osteoporosis where the bone appears to be deteriorating or going away in the moose's skull. When a moose has strong or healthy bones, the skull and other bones appear more like the skull on the right. So now it's your turn to be a scientist. In the classroom, observe photographs of different moose bones. In your journal, sketch a bone that you think is healthy or not healthy. Write a strong hypothesis on which disease or other factor, such as age, may have contributed to the moose being hunted by wolves. Finally, for each bone that you drew, draw an arrow pointing to the part of the bone that you think is important for your hypothesis. Repeat this for different bones of the same body part or different body parts. Go back to your observations of the moose in the 5 locations. Now, which ones do you think would most likely be hunted by wolves? Discuss your ideas with your classmates and teacher.